NBA players sure know how to make a statement with their spending habits. These are 9 unbelievable items NBA players own. Let's begin at number 9. NBA legend Shaq has a serious flair for the extravagant. Not only is he a financial whiz, but he's also got a wild side when it comes to spending his hard-earned cash. One of the most eye-catching items in his collection is an 800-gallon Egyptian-themed fish tank. Yeah, you heard me right. Shaq's got his own mini underwater kingdom commissioned by Animal Planet's Tanked Show. Inside that watery wonderland, he's got 3 fancy grouper fish, each worth a pretty penny, and a Japanese eel that's probably thinking, how did I end up in Shaq's crib? Now, you might be wondering how much that fancy fish condo cost. Well, it's hard to say for sure, but let's just say it's in the I'll never be able to afford that ballpark. But hey, when you're worth a jaw-dropping $400 million like Shaq, money's no issue. You might think Shaq is the king of bizarre purchases, but hold on tight because Carmelo Anthony knows how to make a statement, even if it's a bit on the strange side. At number 8, we have Carmelo Anthony's purchases. Back in 2008, after bagging that sweet medal with Team USA for men's basketball, Carmelo decided to treat himself in the most unique way possible by getting a life-size statue of none other than himself. Yeah, you heard me right. A statue of Carmelo made to look like him. Or at least, that was the intention. Let's just say the statue ended up being more weird and creepy than a true likeness. But wait, the weirdness doesn't stop there. Fast forward to 2011, and Carmelo's got another wild idea. He decided to go out and buy himself a real-life camel. Yep, a camel. Now, you might be thinking, how much does a camel even cost? Well, get ready to be floored. Camels don't come cheap, my friend. The prices start at a whopping $55,000 and could even go up to a jaw-dropping $30 million for a single humptastic beast. That's some serious cash for a furry desert friend. As for whether Carmelo regretted the purchase, we can't say for sure. However, one man who certainly regretted his purchase is Scottie Pippen. Pippen is number 7 on our list. After securing that huge 5-year, $67.2 million contract deal with the Rockets, Scottie Pippen decided to treat himself to the ultimate status symbol, a private jet. It was a deal of a lifetime, or so he thought. With excitement in the air, Scottie splurged a cool $4.3 million on his dream jet. But for some reason, he didn't bother testing the jet before sealing the deal. Well, let's just say things didn't exactly take off smoothly. When the moment finally came for Scottie to soar through the skies in his private wonder, he was met with a shocking reality. The jet refused to turn on. Talk about a disappointing surprise for a big-time purchase. Now, most people might throw in the towel at this point, but not Scottie. Oh no, he wasn't backing down from his dream of flying high in his own jet. So what did he do? He decided to dig even deeper into his pockets and fork over another staggering $1 million to get the jet fixed. Scottie Pippen's impulsive purchase of a private jet taught him a valuable lesson. Not all dreams take flight without proper due diligence. One other NBA player who learned that the hard way is Ben Simmons. This dude's weird purchase turned into a wild adventure that almost had disastrous consequences. At number 6, we have Ben Simmons' unbelievable purchases. It all went down back in 2016 when Ben Simmons decided to move into a new apartment in Philly. But there was one problem. The building had a strict no big animals policy, so poor Ben had to say goodbye to his beloved giant dog and set out on a quest to find a new furry friend. Now, you'd think he'd go for a cute, cuddly little kitty, or maybe a playful pup, right? Oh no, not Ben. He had his eyes set on something way more exotic and extravagant, the elusive Savannah cats. And when I say elusive, I mean it comes with a hefty price tag of $10,000 for not just one, but 2 of these majestic creatures. It didn't take long for Ben to realize that he might have made a pretty dumb decision. These savanna cats weren't your typical purring feline friends. Every time he tried to pet them, they turned into little clawed tigers, trying to claw his eyes out. Ouch! And don't even get me started on feeding time. Poor Ben's hands ended up looking like they had been through a wrestling match with Wolverine. In fact, there was a time these cats almost killed his brother in the airport, if not for the security personnel. This led to Ben selling off these ferocious creatures. They ought to be in the zoo. Or what do you think? If you're enjoying this video, feel free to give a friendly tap on that like and subscribe button. You would be our MVP. Let's continue at number 5. In 2010, Marquis had a brilliant idea. He wanted a custom necklace, but not just any old bling. Nah, he decided to immortalize his face in a pendant. Yep, you heard me right, a sculpture of his very own head hanging around his neck. So off he went to a fancy jeweler in Beverly Hills, probably strutting like a peacock, ready to flaunt his style. Now, this necklace wasn't your average dollar store accessory. It was made with 3D laser imaging and weighed a hefty 3 pounds. That's like wearing a little head-shaped dumbbell around your neck. And let's not forget the bling factor. Nearly 3 pounds of 14-karat gold, plus black, white, and cognac-colored diamonds. Ooh, that's enough sparkle to blind the sun. As for the cost, well, it's top secret stuff. But rumors say it's in the 6 figures. Can you imagine spending that much on a mini version of yourself? Talk about self-love on a whole new level. But hey, how was he even comfortable wearing that bling-bling on his neck? If you're watching this, Marquis, spill the glittery beans in the comment section. Talking about comfort, DeShawn Stevenson took it to a whole new level. At number 4, we have DeShawn Stevenson's shocking possession. This former NBA star decided to bring the bank to his own crib. Yep, he got himself a personal ATM, an automated teller machine right in his living room. With his own living room ATM, he's got cash at his fingertips anytime he wants. Who needs to go to the bank when you've got one right in your home? Now that's some serious baller status. And guess what? His inspiration came from none other than MTV star Rob Dyrdek, who had his own money machine at home. DeShawn didn't just keep his cash machine to himself. Nope, he was the money hero for his friends too. They could make last-minute withdrawals before hitting the town for a night of epic fun. At number 3, we have Danny Granger's weird purchase. After a decade of dominating the NBA, Danny Granger's basketball journey was cut short by a pesky knee injury. But fear not, he had a secret nerdy passion to fall back on: superheroes, comic books, and sci-fi. Yep, Danny's inner geek was strong since he was a little kid, and his heart belonged to none other than Batman. So what do you do when you're a millionaire with a soft spot for the Dark Knight? You build your very own Batcave, of course. When Granger got his hands on a stunning mansion in Albuquerque, New Mexico, he made sure to include a hidden cave entrance, just like the early Batman movies starring Michael Keaton. But Danny didn't stop there. Oh no, he went all out, planning a spinning platform for his cars and even a moat, because every Batcave needs a little water action, right? Now, you might be wondering, how much did this epic man cave cost him? Well, let's just say he's not Bruce Wayne, but he's got a fortune of $45 million to play around with. And according to construction news publication Big Rents, building a cave comparable to Batman's in the Keaton films could set you back a cool $7.2 million. But Danny's mansion in Albuquerque can't be compared with Shaq's Florida mansion. Number 2 is Shaq's Florida mansion. If you ever get a chance to visit Shaq's Florida mansion, be prepared for a superhero extravaganza. The entire place is a tribute to Superman. It's like stepping into a comic book museum, but with way more bling and style. Shaq's got a superhero obsession. Back in the day, he was a little kid in the 70s with a love for DC comic books, and the Man of Steel stole his heart. So when Shaq scored a whopping $17 million contract with the Orlando Magic, he knew exactly what to do with the dough. He went on a shopping spree like no other. He bought anything and everything with the Superman logo on it. Cars, beds, movie theaters, you name it, it's got Superman plastered all over it. I bet even his toothbrush is probably sporting that S emblem. And just when he thought it couldn't get crazier, he went all out and splurged on a gigantic diamond ring with, you guessed it, the Superman emblem shining bright. Can you imagine the jeweler's face when Shaq walked in like, "I need a ring that screams, I'm Superman"? However, this can't be compared with J.R. Smith's insane purchase. Number 1 on our list is that of J.R. Smith. When J.R. Smith landed that jaw-dropping $20 million deal with the Knicks, he decided to splurge on something quite unusual, a ride that could handle grenade attacks. Yep, you heard me right, the man got himself a Gurkha F5, a beast of a car that screams security in every way possible. This tank-like vehicle comes equipped with an 8-cylinder diesel engine, delivering a whopping 300 brake horsepower and a mind-boggling 660 pound-feet of torque, all wrapped up in a massive package weighing well over 13,000 pounds. We're talking about a car that can handle anything, and I mean anything. Now, you might be thinking, why on earth does a basketball player need an armored vehicle? Well, my friends, that's just JR being JR, always going for the most extravagant and over-the-top choices. This tank-like ride is so over-the-top that even police officers and military personnel would raise an eyebrow. I mean, you've got to admit, it's a bit ridiculous, but hey, that's the JR way. The NBA isn't only about all glitz and glamour. Behind the bright lights and thunderous applause, there are moments that can tug at your heartstrings and leave you reaching for the tissues. Here are 10 heartbreaking moments in NBA history that remind us that even superstars are human too. What are you still doing here? Go ahead and hit that play button. You might as well keep watching.